8.
You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales. Streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
Hello, everyone. So, as you can tell, I am not Miss Jen. I am taking over for her as she is at ComicsPRO this weekend. So, I am here filling in for what's in the box. And I also have no clue what's in these boxes. She prepped them for me, so we get to find out together what cool deals are going on. So, let's get it started. This box is really full. So I have this great, it's a really nice run. It is a run of Robin number 3, or just Robin 3. Hello, everyone. And we are asking $10 for this run. Show you guys the entire thing because all these covers are super cool. Ooh, like I said, this run is $10 for 1 through 6. It's going to be a kind of strange show. I'm not used to doing this, so bear with me. Ooh, and there's more. I think this is just the second run. I have a bunch of Robin here. So we have another Robin 3, Cry of the Huntress, number 1. Robin 3, issue number 4, Cry of the Huntress, part 4, for $1. Both these are $1. Then we have the Heckler, number 1, for $4. And then a Heckler number 2 for also $4. And then I have a Heckler number 5 for $3. And we have the Hardcores for number 2. Or for number 5 for $2. Okay, and then we have two of these guys. We have 2 Hellstorm number 1, Prince of Lies, for it's called $3. Ooh, we have some. If you guys are Punisher fans, especially for Punisher 2099. We have 3 copies of Punisher 2099, number 1, for $2 a piece. Okay, then next up we have Warriors of Plasm, number 1. We have 3 copies of these for, let's see. Let's do $4 on these guys. Okay, moving on to, we have 2 copies of Warriors of Plasm, number 2. Let's call this for $4 too. We have Out of the Vortex, number 10. 2 copies of these guys. Let's see. Let's call this $3. Let's see. Ooh, and we have more of Out of the Vortex. We have 2 copies of number 11. Yeah, let's call this. We'll call that $3 too. And we have Into the Vortex, from Out of the Vortex, number 12. Yeah, let's do these Vortex for $3. I feel like that's a good price. Ooh, these are really cool. So we have this really pretty gold metallic. The camera does not do it justice. It is gorgeous in person. We have 2 of these Hawkman number 1s for $4. We have 2 of them if you guys are interested. Moving on to Guy Gardner number 2 for $2. I do really like this, the little barcode image that they have down there. I think it's very simple. Oh, so we have Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Punisher. Hearts of Darkness for $5. Then we have 3 copies of Green Arrow number 56 for $2 a piece. So if you guys want to fill in a void in your collection, absolutely. I feel like this would be a good void filler, especially if you're wanting to just complete parts of your runs or your collections. And then lastly, we have Green Lantern number 28 for $2. We have 3 copies of these. So if you're also a Green Lantern hunter, I mean, something to fill the void. Okay. Oh, we have a bunch of Clive Barker coming up. So if you guys are horror fans, absolutely. Moving on, we have 3 issues of Clive Barker Ecto Kid. Let's figure out a price. Let's do $5 each. Let's do $5 each. And these covers, seriously, you cannot tell, but these are gorgeous. There's like a green tinge to it. It's beautiful. And that is Ecto Kid number 1. I don't know if I mentioned that. And then moving on, we have Clive Barker Ecto Kid number 2. Yes. Hi. I have only done like just made it skim it here on the experience. Probably you don't recognize my face, but hi. If you have ever, while I'm thinking about it, noticing the comment. So if you guys are one of our old school fans and you've been around for as long as I've really been working here, you have probably heard my voice behind the scenes, but probably have not seen my face in about a year. So hi, I work at a shop in Houston, Texas, called Space Cadets Collection. And if you guys are interested, we have a scroll at the bottom for any of the books that you're interested in tonight. And stay tuned. We got some fun stuff going on tonight, and some fantastic deals that I'm not going to spoil anymore. Hello, welcome one and all. Hello. Tonight this is fully blind. I have no idea what's in here. Jen prepped these for me before she left for ComicsPRO. Just continuing into it. So moving on. We have Clive Barker Ecto Kid number 2. I think I called this $5, so we'll stick with the $5 range. I feel like that's a good price. We have some more Ecto Kid to come. Okay. Moving on to Clive Barker Ecto Kid number 5. We have 3 copies of these. Thank you. I appreciate that. seriously, thank you. I usually only sub in for hosting whenever she's out of town. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for sticking through this, and thank you for sticking around and watching my chaos. Clive Barker, Ecto Kid number 5. Again, it's called $5. Let's call $5 for these Ecto Kids. I'm just spitballing a price, so I'm working with what I got. Moving on to Clive Barker, Ecto Kid number 6. Yeah, $5. I feel like that's a good deal. And especially if you guys are the Clive Barker comics fans, the art on these, gorgeous, especially for the time, gorgeous. I love them. And I don't typically actually follow a lot of the Clive Barker stuff, so that's something. Okay. Ooh, you guys are Uncanny X-Men fan. The next stuff that's gonna be coming up might help fill in some weird collections, or not. Just stick around. It's just a fun chaos show. So moving on to Ecto Kid number 7. This, I don't know how to feel about this cover. It's just a lot going on. There's just a lot. Okay. Moving on to Ecto Kid number 8. Again, all these Ecto Kids, I'm just going to call it $5. I think that's a good price. Last Ecto Kid in this box. That I'm aware of, I promise. Ecto Kid number 9. Like I said, I'm just gonna do all these Ecto Kids at $5. Cool. Just 1 second to double check something. Okay, cool. Then moving on to, and I will be filling up this board pretty quick, and then I got something fun going on, but I won't spoil anything. So moving on to the Uncanny X-Men number 144. We're asking $5 for this guy. And it's pretty good condition. Some mild spine damage, but you know what? It's good. I feel like it'd be a good reader copy. Ooh, there's some cool stuff coming up. So, moving on to The Fly from Impact Comics. I've not heard that name in a very long time. We're asking $1 for this guy. Just $1, I promise. And then, moving on to, these are really cool. So, I can't exactly tell you what these are. I flipped through some of them. So these are the Superman Galleries number 1, I believe. Yes. And then these are VF&M. And again, the camera does not do justice. These are gorgeous. The colors are beautiful. Like there's almost no spine damage, and it's just from age. It's gorgeous. We're asking $3. So if you guys are interested in collecting these galleries, do it. They're really cool. Moving on to the Legacy of Superman number 1. We're asking $30 for this guy. This cover is so chaotic. I love it. Okay. Ooh, I've never heard of these. These are fun. So we have a run of the good guys 1 through 3 from Defiant Comics. We're asking $7 for this run. This is cover. This is the first cover for number 1. Number 2. And number 3. 3 has a lot of stuff going on. It's just a lot of chaos. It looks fun. $4.99? For which one are we talking about? I need clarification. So what you do, if you're wanting to call any of the books, you just type the name, and we'll pull it for you. And if it's your first time buying with the experience, the scroll on the bottom is just how to set up your payment information. But if you're interested in calling any of the books, just call the book with the number. Or if I call it something specific, just call it how I call it. But this is, I normally don't do the sale shows on the experience, so we're all learning this all together. Yeah. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, mysterious person behind the scenes. That's the link that you go to go purchase anything from us, or if you call anything, or if you call any books tonight. Oh, that's so nice. I appreciate that. But let's move on, because I have 5 issues if you guys collect any of the top stuff. I know these tops ones, the singles, I don't see them come through our store even. But let me see how much we're asking. Let's see. So we have Captain Glory. It's just a one shot. Just says 1 of 1. So I'll assume it's just a one shot. That's a bold assumption, huh? Let me see if there's any pricing put on these. Let's see. Let's call these $5 too, because of inflation. So I have 5 copies of these. If you guys are wanting any, and to fill in any of your collection for the top stuff, I know these are hard to find even in our store. I only come across them every once in a while. Okay. Ooh, these are cool. So we have X number 5 for, most of these are going for like $3 to $5. So let's call this $3. $3 for this X number 5. We have X, I love that. So the name of this one is One Shot to the Head, which I love. I think that's hilarious. We're asking $3 for this. And this is what the cover looks like. It's gorgeous. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Moving on to X number 20. We're asking $5 for this guy. $5. We also have X number 21. X number 21 for $5. And these covers, I'm a sucker for negative space. That's just my jam. That is my favorite thing in art. I love a good use of negative space. Like this for X number 22. how they use the shadowing just to work with the white void space. This is number 22. And if you guys are trying to hunt down and finish out a whole run of the Dark Horse Heroes Presents, on the sides you can't really it's not really shown on the other ones, but it's from the Dark Horse Heroes line. These are just really cool covers. I've never seen these before, but this is X number 23. We're asking $3 for this guy. Okay, we're almost done with X's, I promise. Unless it's called Pilgrim, but that's unrelated. So moving on to X number 24, we're asking $3 for this guy. This is just such a cool cover. I love it. Okay, moving on to X number 25. Again, this cover is brutal. Okay, and then we have, I think we already had an X. Yeah, I just stumbled upon a second X number 5 for, I think I said $3. I think. Well, we'll call that. Well, if I said a different price, we're gonna do $3 now. That feels right. Okay. And then we only have one more thing of these X's, I promise. We have 2 issues of X number 6. Since these are on average about $3, we'll say $3. We'll call $3 for this guy. Okay. And last but not least, we have X number 8. It's the last X that we have, and this is such a cool cover. I love it. It's fantastic. Okay. Next, we have a signed copy, signed on the front and the back. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go for a break.
My name is Mark Weiss, and I am the founder and president of an organization called Comic Books for Kids. 6 years ago this month, we embarked on a journey of passion and heart. Our goal was to make a difference for children in hospitals and cancer centers. We want to thank our friends for allowing us their support and for providing us with the means to make so many happy with their gracious give to us.
Live from New York. What? Oh, sorry. Live from Cleveland? It's Friday night? It's Friday Night Live! With Nancy McCann. And Ricky. And sometimes Carlos. And featuring boxes and boxes of rare comics. Unique collectibles. Lots of smiles and conversations with new friends. Friday Night Live with Comics Unlimited. Friday night from 9 to 11 on The Experience.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message, with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Welcome back, everybody. So where we last left off, if you were joining us just after our commercial break, hi. But if you guys are just now coming back after our commercial break, or if you're just now stopping in after, I just finished up selling a bunch of X from Dark Horse Heroes Presents. So hello, everybody. Hello. I can't do it. I would do there we go. Funny, I grew up with a Trekkie and I'm not one. I went hard into Doctor Who. It's very entertaining. My dad didn't really enjoy Star Wars. He loved Next Generation. That was never my thing. Triples are fun. I like them. I have some good stuff coming up. Some really good stuff. So, kicking it off post commercial break. We have the 50th anniversary edition of Tales from the Teen Titans. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good reader copy, if I do say so myself. For asking it. For the condition that it's in, I'll do $3. $3 feels right. Okay? Ooh. Oh, you guys are going to like the next thing that I have up on the stack. Especially if you guys like Sandman. And if you like the Lucifer show, I have some fun facts. So we have Tommy Rocket and the Goober Patrol for number one. Let's just call it $3. Just do these for $3. It's got no back and forth, so I feel like that's decent. It's good. It's good. Okay. Moving on to, so we have Lucifer number 7. And let's call this for $5. So my fun fact about this that was blessed upon me by my coworker, apparently the CW, later bought by Netflix, Lucifer show is very, very, very loosely based on the Lucifer from the Sandman universe. I had no idea. That was a fun fact that I was told when the Sandman show was coming out a couple years ago. I had no clue. So that's my fun fact to tell everyone now. Give me just 1 second. Let me start clearing a little bit of this board. Just so we have some more space for all the fun goodies. Because I have a lot more to come, let me tell you. So I have an entire half a box left. Just clear this top section, just so I have some space to put up some goodies. Okay, so moving on, we have Batman number 69, The Dark Reunion. What's your favorite? Now, if we're talking characters from Lucifer, the show, I haven't personally read anything Sandman-wise. That's on me. I know. I judge myself. I haven't had a chance to just sit down and read it. We have the big, thick boys here at the shop. I've got 20 books on my list. But from the show, I love to hate him. I love the cop that he works with that frames him. I love him. Any character? That is tough. My number one will always be Wade Wilson forever. Not just Deadpool. Deadpool's a fun guy. But Wade. I went through and I re-binged both the movies in anticipation for the new movie coming out. Okay, and I'm going to call $3 for this guy since it has no bag and board. But I grew up in a massive movie house. We love movies. So I can't even give a specific. My brain, I don't know why my brain immediately went to the Muppets, and I really like Fozzie's character in that. I don't know why. It's also got Tim Curry. So moving on, we have Wolverine and the Punisher #1. Let's call this $4. Let's do $4 for that guy. Hi, I haven't seen you in forever, Kenneth. How are you? It's good to see you. So moving on, we have a VFNM copy of Dark Horse Comics #4 for $4. Yes, for $4. I always like these older ones, these older Dark Horse, because it shows all the properties that they have involving that one. It's my favorite. Okay, we have Dark Horse Presents #25 for $3 tonight. And that is VFNM. All these look like to be VFNM. Ooh, we have something fun coming up. Moving on to Dark Horse Presents #26 for $3. This is a really cool cover. It's got like a sea monster in the background, and she's a sea monster apparently. But it's so cool. I always like these older Dark Horse Comics covers. They're always really pretty. Moving on to Dark Horse Presents #35 for $3. It's also VFNM. I'm a sucker for Predator. I'm just going to say it right now, but also the Dark Horse Predator series. If you haven't touched on any of that, it is beautiful. Let me tell you, the artwork on it is gorgeous. It is beautiful shading. You can tell there was love. It's beautiful. And then we have Dark Horse Classics, coincidentally. Dark Horse Classics Predator Jungle Tales #1 for $4. So this is also VFNM. Hi, Russell. I was not expecting you to see this tonight. So we have a VFNM of Predator Jungle Tales #1 for $4. So if you're wanting to finish out your Dark Horse Predator run, this is definitely the way to do it. Just gonna stack that on top. We're gonna clear the second row. Okay, so I was showing this before the break. It's not minty, as you can tell. I know this exact answer, but I'm gonna give people a chance. Oh wow, no, actually I lied. I may not know this answer. Because I'm trying to think of who's connected in all universes, but it's not Schwarzenegger. It's not, because he wasn't in the Alien movies. And the newer ones, I don't think. Yeah. It's either Robert Patrick. It might be Robert Patrick. Because John Hurt's not in the Predator movies, I don't think. I've seen them a couple of times, but it's been a while. Robert Patrick would make sense, though. Now I want to know the answer because I just blew my own mind. Yes, you should, because I think it's going to stump everyone. I don't even know it. And I'm huge into the movie scene. It is Bill Paxton, isn't it? I completely forgot he was in the Alien movies. And he's in Predator. He's in a lot of stuff. I grew up with Bill Paxton. He was in Twister. That's the only thing that I recognize him from immediately. That's a really fun fact. Thank you for that. I can take that through my entire life now and bother people with facts. That does make sense though. Moving on. It's not minty in the slightest. There's some. He is, isn't he? I completely forgot about that. I haven't seen the Terminator movies in forever. That should be on my binge tonight. But facts aside, so it's clearly not minty. There's some, I don't know what it is. It looks like paint splatters on the cover. He didn't he? I haven't seen Tombstone though, so I can't say anything. But it is signed on the front and also on the back. But again, it's not minty. So I can't begin to give you a grade, but we'll call that $5. 10? It's called 10, actually. That's what it says on the price tag. Okay, so we have 4 copies of Kane from Harris Comics for $3. It's Kane number 1. These look pretty good to condition. The spines look pretty good. They don't look pressed or anything. Like from any pressure damage. Did you guys, thinking of Bill Paxton, did you guys hear there's a new Twisters movie coming out? Because I had no idea. I randomly saw a trailer for it, and I was like, how do you do this without, I think it's Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton, the icons of Twister? How do you do that? I guess it's following their kids. They still have Dorothy. That's all I care about. That's all I'll ever care about is Dorothy. I love her. So it looks like we have, is this a full? No. So it looks like we have 3 and 4 of Jack Kirby's Secret City Saga. Let's call like $6, $3 a piece for these. Yeah, that blew my mind when I heard about that. I was not expecting one. I did find out, because I follow the museum on TikTok, that the film or the location that the first film was ever filmed in, like where the barn ripoff was. Ooh. I still need to finish that. I haven't had a chance. I'm behind on a lot of movies. I had no idea the Deadpool trailer was out until somebody sent it to me, and then I saw it on Instagram, and then I saw it on YouTube, and then I had to watch it all 3 times, of course. So moving on to Alpha Flight number 57 for $2 for all you Alpha Flight fans out there. No, Tom, that sounds fun though. I wish I did that stuff. that would make sense. It is a Paramount property. That would be something that they would do. I want that as an unofficial fan poster now. I would buy it. I would buy it immediately. Just for kicks, I'd put it next to a Twisted thing because it's just fun how they have it spelled. But moving on to Alpha Flight, we have 3 copies of 54 for $2 a piece. So if you guys are wanting to fill in the voids, or if you guys just want some reader copies, it's just $2. It's nothing really big to lose. These are cool. We don't get these ones that often. So DC back in the day did advanced D&D as comics. I had no idea until I actually started involving myself in this industry. I thought it was really fun. This is number 31. We're asking $4 for this guy tonight. Okay, pulling off the bottom row. interesting time doing this now. Okay. Moving on to Shogun Warriors. We have Shogun Warriors number 7 for, what does that say, $2? It's $2 tonight. Moving on to Shogun Warriors number 4 for $2. Interesting. I had no idea. We get people who come in all the time buying them because they buy them initially for their kids and then they end up reading them and love them. I had no idea. I need to do more research on that. That sounds really fun. I need to hunt those down too. I've heard they're all really fun stories. They did a summertime adventure where they go to the beach, and we sold out of that one almost immediately. I wanted to check it out so badly. But we have the Shogun Warriors number 4 for $2. The TMNT Saturday morning adventures are really... Oh, I found where that all goes connected. Hold on. Where is it? I found the other half of this run just now. I'll find it later. But this was that weird 2-sided book that I just lost. Oh, here it is. I found the full run. So I was actually pretty spot on for that price. We have 0 through 4 for Secret City Saga. That explains the weird random 3 and 4. We're asking $8 for this guy tonight. Well, that saved my bacon. That's pretty fun. But no, I do definitely have to check out those D&D comics because we sell them so much. I've heard they're adorable, let me tell you. Okay. Moving on to a bunch of Superman goodness. Trying to keep them separated. So moving on to Superman Doomsday number 74 for $4. Superman in Action Comics number 684 for $3 tonight. Superman Man of Steel number 19 for $3 tonight. Ooh. Superman number 75, The Death of Superman for $10. We have a VFNM copy of Superman number 54 for $3 tonight. Next up, we have Superman number 55 for $3. There is another book stuck to this. Superman number 54 for $3. We have Superman 56 for $3. Superman 57 for $2 tonight. Next up is Superman number 58 for $2. That is a great question. Spider-Man. Which one? We got a couple. We have Spider-Girl, we have Spider-Girl, we have Secret War. The Secret War, that was $5. It's a Delato third print cover. If you are interested. We have a couple of different covers of it too. Oh no, the number one is just the Spider-Man. But it's $5. And it's a Del Auto. It's really fun. It's a really fun one. You're talking about another one. I'm not entirely sure which one. We did have some fun Sonic stuff that I watched a really cool documentary on, but regardless. Moving on to Superman, Man of Steel, number 20 for $2. Moving on to The Adventures of Superman, number 502 for $2 tonight. Ooh. Give me just 1 second. Let me clear this board real quick. That's not what I wanted to grab. Let me clear at least this top row. Just so I get myself a little bit of room. So moving on, we have the all-new Flash TV special, number 1 for $4 tonight. Next up, we have Agent Liberty, number 1 for $5. What if number 40, Storm of the X-Men, had remained a thief? What? Never seen it. I didn't even, gonna be honest, had no idea there was a Flash show in the 90s. That does not surprise me. But the guy on this cover, his costume, not gonna roast it, but to roast it, it looks like one of the costumes that you see that's at like the very end of the Halloween season, back in like the early 2000s at Party City. I worked there. You're kidding. I had no idea. That's actually really cool. That is a fun fact. I love the Flash. I love the CW Flash. That is a very fun fact. I also love Grant Gustin. I need to do more research on like the history of Flash in television because it's so strange. The history of Flash in film is just entertaining. But let me get through this box and I will get to my fun present at the end. Moving on to the X-Files, number 7, for $2 tonight. I love me some useless knowledge. My favorite thing is watching an hour of knowledge or useless facts. That is my favorite thing. I've sat down and watched like an hour long of useful information that you may need to know. Moving on to the X-Files annual number 1 for $2 tonight. No, I pocket random facts and then tell them to customers, make my coworker suffer, things. I like facts. I am a vast void of a useless encyclopedia. Anyways, Excalibur there's no number on here. Excalibur Mojo Mayhem for $2. Then we have Excalibur number 7 for $2. Excalibur number 47 for just $1. So singular dollar. We have Lucifer's Hammer number 1. It is not intended for children. For $3. Clear this second row for all the rest of the stuff that's sitting in my lap right now. Okay, that's what it seems. That makes more sense. Because I know these Excaliburs are just like pretty specific in the numbering. That makes more sense now. I know borderline nothing about that era of Marvel. which is a shame. And that's my sin. I need to know more about that. There's a lot from that era that I need to know more of. So moving on to, I love this. Aliens Lovesick for $5. Thank you. Thank you for your ease of access. I appreciate it. Let's try to rush through this because I got something fun at the end. Aliens Mondo Heat, EFNM for $5. Aliens Wraith for $5. Okay. Aliens Rogue, number 2. I have 2 of these guys. It's called $5 on this. Moving on to Aliens number 1 for $5. I do blow people's minds all the time saying that my specialty is in late 80s into the early 90s because of the comic crash. It's a very specific era that I like in comics. Moving on to Aliens Glass Corridor for $5. And also because I wasn't alive for the crash. So that's also what blows people's minds. I was just an infant. I'm gonna make everyone feel old in chat. I was a small human when the crash was starting to stabilize. So you're welcome. We have 3 copies of Aliens Earth Angel for $5. It's the first Daniel Ripley. That's on the floor now. Okay, almost done with the stack, I promise y'all. Moving on to Superman number 27 for $3. That's what I'm saying. It's fantastic. That is a steal, especially for a lot of these, like, being individual storylines. So good. And they're really good artwork, too, by the way. Moving on to The Adventures of Superman, number 506 for $3. Superman, number 84 for $3. The Adventures of Superman, number 507 for $3. Superman in Action Comics, number 4 for $3. Oh, we have 2 of those. 2 of those tonight. 3 of those. We have 3. We have Alpha Omega Flight, number 110. It's just Alpha Flight. Number 110 for $2. We have 2 of those. Now I'm almost done, I promise. Alpha Flight number 72 for $2. And then last but not least, we have Alpha Flight number 65 for $2. So what is that mysterious deal I have been teasing this whole time while my books fall? So I have been given express permission to sell off everything that you saw in this box tonight, this whole box, for $20. 20 smackaroos. Get it for $20. So you get all the Dark Horse goodies. You get all those Superman goodies. You get all the Predator stuff. You get all the Dark Horse stuff. You get all the aliens. You get all the random facts that everybody in chat has been giving out tonight. That is not included in your shipping price. You just get fun facts for free. But all this stuff tonight, fair. I feel ya. That is a mood. The one thing that I did not show, mostly because I think this is just a second run, is these Robin 3s that I showed at the top of the hour. But if anybody, seriously, if anyone is interested, You can just call the box. Just call for the box. It is packed. It is as snug as a bug in this box. There are so many goodies in these boxes. And there is a second box that I haven't touched on. But as we do have 4 minutes left on the clock, if any of you are interested, yay! I have a short box at home that was almost entirely consistent until about 2 days ago when I made a video about it and then never posted it. About how I have the full run of Batman Beyond the White Knight and still haven't finished reading it. My collection in total, especially with one of the variants that I have, it's probably like a $50 or $60 collection. But it's entertaining because I collect comics. But I, funny enough, don't take care of my own books. I do take care of the ones here, of course. But no, that's impressive though. But yeah, again, if you guys are interested, if you guys are just not popping back in, or popping in, just at the end of the show, just catching at the very end, I just showed off everything in this box. Woo! Let's try to not fall over in the studio. I don't want the new hire to have to call 911 because suddenly his coworker passed out in the office. But hello. So, with about 2 minutes left on the clock, that box, that huge heavy box that I just showed off, all those books in there are $20. That whole box, $20. Can't go wrong. It's a bunch of Dark Horse goodies. It's a bunch of mostly Superman goodies. You got some Robin in there for fun. There's some Dark Horse Alien in there as well. Yeah. Thank you for joining my chaos tonight. I appreciate you. It has been a very fun time of finding out that there is a D&D comic. That the new Twister should have been Twister the Twistening. Is that what you said? Gave me a good old chuckle. And that Grant Gustin's dad is also the original Flash. Hello. Thank you guys. Thank you for bearing with me. If you guys ever hear my voice, I am behind the scenes. I am always helping Jen with her chaos. So yeah. Thank you for joining the chaos that is me selling the books. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I appreciate you. You guys have a good rest of your night. Please be safe. Make good choices. And I don't know. You guys just have a good rest of your night. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now.